All right, Everett, I'm going to work this problem, and the instructions for it are the same exact instructions as we have for your problem 2b, which says to complete the square to determine if the equation is a circle, a quadratic, or other, show all your work, and then graph it on a grid. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, let me delete this real quick. All right, so we want to complete the square. We want to tell where the center is of the circle, right? We want to know what the center is. And we want to know what the radius is. And once we know those, we can graph it. Okay, so let's do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my x's and group them. So I've got x squared plus 6x, and I'm going to leave a space so I can complete the square, plus, and then I'm going to take my y's and group them. So I've got y squared minus 10y, leave a space so I can complete the square, and then I'm going to add 20 to both sides up here, and so this will equal 20. Okay, you with me so far? If you're not, pause it, call me, and ask for help. All right, so let's complete the square. We need to put a number here, and we need to put a number here, and remember the numbers that go there are b over 2 all squared, and b is the number next to x. A is the number next to x squared, b is the number next to x. So it's going to be b, so 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 3 squared is, don't say 6. 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is plus 9. Now, if I add something to the left, I also have to add it to the right side of the equation. All right? So now let's complete the square on this one. So negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Negative 5 squared is not negative 10, it's negative 5 times negative 5, which is plus 25. And since I added it to the left side of the equal sign, I also have to add 25 to the right side of the equal sign. And now we're just going to factor each of these. So the left one is just going to be the square root of x squared is x. Always take the first sign, plus, and then the square root of 9 is 3, and the whole thing squared. So this is the factored version of this. That's why it's called complete the square. Plus, now let's do this one. So I want you to do that one. Pause real quick, and you write it down. What do you think it's going to be? So I'm going to let you pause it. Okay, you've unpaused it. And so you should have y, because the square root of y squared is y. Take the first sign, minus, and then the square root of 25 is 5, and it's all squared, and that equals, now let's add all this up. 25 plus 20 is 45. 45 plus 9, I think, is 54. Okay, by looking at this now, you should know that the center of the circle is negative 3, because that's what makes this 0, and 5. So that's the center of the circle. And the radius is the square root of 54. So let's break 54 down. Square root of 54 is 2 times 25, 27. And 27 is maybe prime. No, not 3 times 9. So here it is as a factor of primes. I don't have any doubles, so I can't break this down, so it just stays the square root of 54. So my radius is the square root of 54. And for me to graph it, I need to know what that is as a decimal. So I put it in the calculator, and I get 7.3, and I'm going to round, 7.35. And so now it wants me to graph it. So I'm going to draw a coordinate plane. Right here, there's my coordinate plane. And it says my center is the point negative 3, 5. So I go left 1, 2, 3, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my center. And my radius is 7.35, which means every point on the circle is 7.35 away from the center. Okay? So I have to go, say, down 7.35. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.35. So there's a spot on it. I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.3. So there's a one. I go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.35. There's another. And then left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.35. And so I can connect those kind of as a circle. Now I'm doing a poor job drawing it, but there's my circle. Okay, now I can go to Wolfram Alpha. Let me scoot this over and just verify that what I got was correct. So I'm going to go to the browser, and I'm going to go to Wolfram Alpha.com. All right, so I went ahead and put the equation in so you wouldn't have to watch me putting it in. And you can see there's the circle. And it's drawn just like ours is, right? Same center, same radius. And I can even put in Wolfram Alpha here, I'm going to type the word radius. And it'll give me more detail about the circle. So check this out. It tells me the radius is 7.34. It tells me a circle. It says my center is -3.5, just like we had calculated, right? So here's my center. Here's my radius. So I know I did it right. And so this is just like the problem that you've got, which is 2b. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go work on a piece of paper your problem 2b and take a picture and send it to me after watching this video, see if you can do it.